in the head coach of Sac State football, our man Coach Andy Thompson. Of course, it's Texas Commerce at Sac State this weekend. Coach, how you feeling?
Feeling good. It's been a great week of practice, and got back from Louisiana last week, and got back to a normal schedule. Guys have been in class this week, so feeling good. We're starting to get on a normal football schedule, and as coaches and players, we like those schedules. So it's been good. It's been a little warm out, but it's been a good week, so it's been good.
Coach, if I'm gonna tie this into what we were just talking about with Kyle Shanahan, do you consider yourself a control freak?
Man, I hope not. But when you do something this is year number 19 for me.
Yeah.
And then I told last time I was on, my dad was a coach, my grandfather was a coach, so I really don't know the fall without football. So definitely certain, this part of the year, my body just feels like this is what you're supposed to do. So I hope people wouldn't say, hey, Coach Thompson's a control freak. I hope to say, hey, he works hard, but he gives us some freedom to be who we want to be.
Yeah. I don't think being a control freak is a bad thing.
No, I don't think so either. I mean,
it can be.
Yeah,
you could be overbearing.
That's where it becomes too much. But there's nothing wrong with a little structure. There's nothing wrong with, hey, put this together. This is what it should look like, or this is the steps and the progressions you should go through. Nobody, like I said yesterday, there ain't no coach out there that's just like, just do whatever you want, guys. No, ain't nobody saying that. They're like, no, this is how we're going to do it. This is what it should look like.
But if you wake up and you're trying to control the weather, that's probably where, all right.
No, there was a movie about that.
Well, there was. Indeed, there
was. I'm with you on that. We came from down south where it was that humidity. It was 92 at kickoff and about 85% humidity or whatever it seemed like it. And it got hotter as we went. So I'm glad we're in the Sacramento, a little bit drier heat. So that was a little crazy, though.
It's that Kenny Caraway weather.
Yeah, I like the humidity, Coach.
Which is the most absurd statement any human being has ever uttered.
What was it? It was like 2 weekends ago, where it was like
over Soul Bloom.
Yeah, Soul Bloom.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot better than being fried like an ant under a magnifying glass.
Yeah, definitely.
Coach, how's it feel for you to obviously you guys played great, you got the win, but how's it feel just to get that first game out of the way?
I like that we got one out of the way, and we learned a lot from each other and how the guys responded, because it got tight there in the third quarter, and I felt like the guys were resilient, and Caden Bennett really stepped up and made some plays, as a lot of guys did on offense, and defensively we were able to make some stops, so we kind of burst ahead there and scored 3 straight times, and then it was 35-10. So it's good to see for the first game us go on the road and find some answers about what we thought we had on our team. Obviously, you got to improve as the season goes along, but we're different than the NFL. We didn't have any preseason games. We didn't get a chance to have any or practice against other teams. That first game, it counts, and you got to be ready to go. So glad we got through that.
Yeah, Coach, I want to talk a little bit about your QB, Caden Bennett, man. 11-16, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I don't know, maybe I'm just the untrained eye or whatever, but it felt like, you guys let that thing fly a little bit more, under Coach Thompson now. And, I know before, it was very effective, obviously, but it was a lot of, run options. You had Scatterbull, a lot of running with the quarterback. And it seemed like you empowered and entrusting your quarterback to, drop back and throw it a little bit more. I love seeing it personally. Do you feel like it's a different style of play, or is that just kind of the way the game played out on Thursday?
I think you're right that we want to be explosive, and if you say you're going to be explosive, you got to take some shots down the field. You can't just talk about it. And I do think that's something we've emphasized. I think Caden made some natural plays that yes, he's a great athlete, but just like a lot of great athletes, he can throw the ball with accuracy and touch, and I think he showed that. Especially, we got into an empty set, no running backs back there, and he threw the ball down the field and he threw it with great accuracy. So I do think he can throw, he can run. I thought, the first drive, we went right down the field, being able to run the ball with Fulcher. So I'm hoping we can do both. I hope we can make it so tough on a defense because we have those plays where they throw the ball down the field and we can line up and run the ball and go right at you. So I'm greedy that way. I want it to be both.
Yeah.
Coach Casey kind of alluded to the way that things were last year, obviously under, Coach Taylor. You guys had been together for a handful of years. Being in when we started to hear rumblings, Coach Taylor and Stanford, like that's looks like it might be a thing. We heard, oh, that's all right, Coach Thompson. We heard that almost immediately. Taking over for an established, successful coach like Coach Taylor, like how much is that like a different type of pressure of, well, I have an idea of what I want to do, but we don't need to reinvent everything right away. We've still got these guys here who played really well last year. Like how do you approach this season, being your first as a head coach with all the success that you've had over the last couple of years?
Great question, because that is all those thoughts come into your brain. You got to keep the things that were going really well. First off, you have to get picked to be a head coach, and so I'm honored that Mark Orr and President Nelson at the time, and now Dr. Wood are allowing me to be a head coach. Everybody says, "Oh, I want to be a head coach," but you have no control over it. Yeah. Someone has to trust you to take that role. And so what I'm trying to do is pretty simple. I'm trying to learn every day and trying to get the most out of our players with their abilities. And so you have to watch, you have to listen, you have to shut your mouth and kind of see what's going to be best for everybody. We got a lot of great assistant coaches, and I've talked about that. So yes, you want to be successful because you want to keep this thing going because you have pride and you're competitive. But I also know it's just not about me. It's about we and our team. And 11 guys have to do their job every single play. And so there's a lot of coordination that goes into that in football. That's why I think it's the greatest game there is because you have to have everybody going in the right direction. And as coaches and players, we spent a lot of time preparing for that game last Saturday, and we're going to spend a lot. We have spent a lot already this week. So I'm trying to continue the success that we've had, but I am trying to do it in the way that has to be me. And hopefully you guys feel that when you talk to me. Hopefully the fans feel that. Hopefully the players feel that. I got here because of the people I learned from and who I am. I can't be somebody else.
Yeah, for sure. Coach Andy Thompson, head coach of Sac State football team. Home opener on Saturday at Hornets Stadium. Texas A&M Commerce coming to Sac State. Coach, last year, I got the opportunity to go to the Sac State football game, and that was like one of the first times in it was like 10 years. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to the Sac State game.
Don't let him fool you, Coach. He was partying in the parking lot for a while. Like I was looking all over for Kenny Caraway.
I took a little slow roll through the parking lot. I was like, this is not how I remember it. This feels like a college game. They're tailgating, there's music playing. They got, the sororities and fraternities out there doing their thing. And I say all that to say it's really a good time out. And that's before I even got into the stadium, which is also a good time out, man. So for those who haven't been to a Sac State football game in a while, what's the energy, what's the environment that they can expect if they're getting out there Saturday or if they're thinking about getting out there on Saturday?
I'd love for people to come out and check us out. Dr. Wood's got a new saying, hey, our hive, our house. And we're trying to make this truly unique. And his leadership, just in the short time he's been here with the campus, the vibe is good. I mean, we had a big welcome back barbecue, and there was thousands of people there, and there was music playing. And I just feel like this university's invested in housing. So we have more students that are living on campus, like the traditional college campuses. I think the school is investing also in athletics. And you're seeing it with enrollment. Enrollment's gone up in Sacramento at Sac State. And so we want this to be a place not only for our faculty and our students, but the city of Sacramento come out and say, man, that was a great event. It's an exciting football team. Those guys play the right way. And I think there is, integrity that comes when you play a football game. They celebrate together as a team, not just as individuals, but it's a great place to go. And there's great food and all those things that come with college football. So, I'm excited, and I'd love for people to come out and check it out.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. We're going to let you go get ready for Texas Commerce. Much like Coach Patrick, You've got a home here on D-Lo and KC and
Absolutely.
ESPN 1320. Anytime you want to talk Sac State basketball, Sac State football, anytime you want to talk NFL, anytime you want to talk, period. Mark Orr not doing the things he's supposed to do. You come talk to D-Lo and KC. We'll try to get some things moving for you, Coach. But go take care of Texas Commerce, man. We appreciate you.
Hey, thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for you guys, how you cover Sacramento and all of Northern California. You guys do a great job. I listen to your show. I'm a big fan. So appreciate you guys having me on.
Much love, man. We're gonna get you in studio again next time too, man. We got
when I'm here, because I took that a little personally that Coach came to hang out when I wasn't here.
I know. No, I'll definitely roll through, man. Stingers up.